Good morning, Philadelphia Eagles fans, and good morning, NFL fans, to week 12 of the 2017 football season. This week, our Eagles come back home after a big victory in Dallas and host the 3-7 Chicago Bears. Now, last week, flew down to Dallas, as you saw in my recap video. If you didn't see it, please tune in. It was actually a very fun video to make, with a lot of cool fans, from Philly fans and Dallas fans all together. As I toured the city a little bit, met with the cool fans, and watched a great game. Great game, of course, because we won. Had a good time with my brother. Shout out to my brother, Steve. Love going to games with you. I know you're heading out to Seattle. I don't think I can make it that one, but looking forward to going to more games with you in the future. Also, with my video last week, I want to start highlighting some of the fans of this channel and people that tune in. Favorite comment last week came from the cousin Eddie. Said he loved the enthusiasm and he can't wait for the reply video after he crushed Dallas. I like that comment for many reasons, because it just shows somebody's paying attention. I like people that watch the channel. That's one of the reasons why I do this. Likes the way that I do things, and I bring a lot of heart and a lot of passion to everything I do. That's one of the reasons why I don't wear sleeves here on North Broad Street, no matter what temperature it is. This is just part of the passion, the heart that I like to portray here in Philadelphia. But also, you can respectfully have confidence of what we're going to do during the game and crushing Dallas. It gave me a little bit of encouragement to do the reply video. So I appreciate you, the cousin Eddie, for your comments, and I'm looking forward to reading more of yours in the future. Now, the Dallas Cowboys. We played Dallas, and it looked interesting in the first half. Where yes, we went down and we scored a touchdown, but we were losing at the half 9-7. But as I researched what happened during the week, the players went back to their coaches at halftime and said, hey look, why don't we just run the ball? We're getting away from that. Why don't we just run the ball? Because we can dominate them up front. You know, linemen love run blocking anyway, a lot more than pass blocking. But we can dominate them there, and then that sets up the run. So why don't we just run the ball? We got all these running backs back there. Let's do something with it. And that's exactly what we did. Ran the ball, controlled the clock, created opportunities, and next thing you know, we're running away with it, to the point that we were getting up in scores and forced Dallas to become one-dimensional, which caused for more turnovers and then ending up icing the game. So it seems like our team has been a little bit sluggish after long breaks, and that is of a concern, especially if we're looking to get a first-round bye. As of right now, with some teams hot on our heels trying to get that bye as well, with New Orleans, with Minnesota playing very well right now, and with the Rams. So we got to find something between now and the playoffs to remedy that issue. But this also brings up my other point. We can't think too far ahead, because this week we play the Chicago Bears. And I know on paper it looks like a mismatch, because if you just look at the records, our Philadelphia Eagles are 9-1. The Bears are 3-7, so it looks like a huge mismatch. But part of staying hungry, and even as a fan, I went and did my research and I watched the last 6 games of the Chicago Bears. And what I found is Chicago was in every one of those. I believe they went 2-4, but they went out and they were in every one of those games. And that includes every one of their divisional games, which their division is no slouch. They lost 3 points against Detroit. They lost 7 or 8 points against Green Bay. And they only lost 3 points against Minnesota. Minnesota is a hot team right now. So this isn't a team that's laying down. They have a first-year quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, and they have a good running game. I mean, last week, they had over 200 yards rushing against Detroit. Mitch isn't throwing a whole lot of interceptions. He's throwing some, yes, it's going to happen. But Doug Peterson said it himself. This might be potentially Carson Wentz 2.0. He has the tools in place. He has a good running game with Howard and Cohen behind him. He has an opportunistic defense, which is getting back the ball. I mean, that's how they beat Carolina 17-3. And he's mobile. Make no mistake about it. He's a mobile quarterback. He might not be Cam Newton, but he's not going to be sitting back there like a statue waiting for us just to hit him. And they put together a pretty complete game last week. And they just barely lost to a very hungry Detroit Lions team that's trying to make the playoffs. So yeah, they might be 3-7, but we can't sleep on them. We can't just come in there thinking that we're just going to throw the ball anything that we want against this team. We have to maintain who we are, and I think that's what we learned down in Dallas last week. Last week, we got away from our game. And it caused for us to be in a position that we didn't want to be in, which was losing. We're doing a great thing this year, and we want this thing to continue. But we can't get complacent, because we haven't won anything yet. Yes, this is a city that has not won a Super Bowl yet. But we're trying to do things different. And we're leading the charge. We have the best record in the NFL, but we can't settle on that. We also can't afford to look too far ahead and forget about the opponent that's right in front of our face. Yes, we have really tough games against the Rams and against Seattle coming up when we travel out after this game. And then yeah, we close the season against, like the Giants and Oakland and Dallas, which pretty much all three look like they're potentially done for this season. But none of that matters right now. It doesn't even matter that Dallas just lost to San Diego. And if we beat Chicago and Dallas loses against Washington, I think we clinch the East. Yeah, I'm aware of that. But none of that matters if we don't do our job. And our number one job is to stop the Chicago running game with Howard and Cohen. To stop Mitch Trubisky, to do our part on our offense, to get ourselves out to a lead and control the clock, to make them one-dimensional so our defense can be opportunistic itself, create turnovers, and allow for us to be in a position to win. So this week is about maintaining focus, staying hungry, and inviting the Chicago Bears into Philadelphia for a beatdown. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you guys had a safe and fruitful Thanksgiving holiday. Well, let's invite Chicago down here to Philadelphia and show them what we got with a win. Let's go Birds. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Woo! Don't you just love that? That's Philly passion. That's Philly pride.